to confirm what he wants him to do. Chapter 6, verse 36. In Judges, Gideon is asking God to confirm that he wants him to save Israel with his hand. He's doubting himself, so he wants confirmation from God that, okay, God, if you are saying that you want me to do this, then okay, do this and this and this, and then I'll know it's you. Confirmation. So that's what Gideon is doing. He felt inadequate, so he wanted to be sure with confirmation that God was telling him to do the task that God told him to do. Okay, Michaela, you got it? You found it?
Yeah.
Okay, read 38. Verse 38.
And it was so, when he rose early the next morning and squeezed the fleece together, he wrung the dew out of the fleece, a bowl full of water.
Okay, so God delivered. He asked for confirmation. He said, God, okay, if you really want me to do this, if this is you, then I want you to do this and this and this. So this is the confirmation that God did exactly what he asked him to do. There's nothing wrong with asking for confirmation. We can ask God for confirmation because a lot of times we can think things ourselves and we confuse our own selves, like, well, I think God is telling me to do this and do this. That's the thing about separating self with God, separating self thoughts with God thoughts. So sometimes we can get confused, like, is this from you, God, or are you telling me this or that? And then we ask for confirmation. This is what Gideon is doing. He's asking for confirmation. He felt inadequate. And it works the same way in the world for a job that you feel like you should do, or a job you feel like you should leave, or a place you feel like you should go in life, something that you feel in your heart that you should do, that you are made for. I feel like I'm made to do this. I love to do it, but I'm scared. I don't know if I should jump out there on faith and just do it and leave what I know, leave what's comfortable to do this thing or that thing, whatever it is. We can ask God for confirmation to confirm that it's not us, but that is God and what he has instilled in our hearts. When we're walking with God, he will direct us. God says, in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. In all your ways acknowledge God, and he shall direct your path. When you put God first, he will take the lead, and he will lead you and guide you into all knowledge and direction. But we can get confused with self, the voice of self and the voice of God. This is why he's asking for confirmation. Okay, Q, read the next one, 39.
Then Gideon said to God, "Don't be angry with me. Let me speak just once more. Please let me make more tests with the wool. This time let the wool be dry and the ground be wet."
Keep reading.
The night God did.
Actually, stop. So Gideon, he's asking again. Like God delivered. It's like us saying, like God is telling us to leave our job or something, and then we're like, God, I'm scared. I don't like. I've been at this job for like 10 years. Like I'm scared, or to make a move, to move to a whole nother state or country, and you're like, God, is this you or is this me? Like I feel like I should move, but I don't know. Like I don't want to just move, and it's not you. So this is equivalent to like us saying, okay, God, if you make my car like wet and there's no rain, it's not raining. So if you make my car like drenched in really wet, and I walk outside and I see it's wet, or if it's raining and you say, all right, God, if my car is completely dry, it's full raining outside. If my car is completely dry, then I know it's you. And you walk outside and you see that it's completely dry. Like where there's no way it could be nothing else. But your mind plays tricks on you. You still question things even when you get confirmation. So Gideon asked again, and he already knew what he was doing, because he said, all right, God, don't get mad. Do not be angry with me. He said, let me just ask one more request. Allow me one more test with the fleece. But this time, make the fleece dry and let the ground be covered with dew. Then 40 says, that night God did so. Only the fleece was dry, all the ground was covered with dew. So God delivered again. Sometimes when we're scared of things, we do want confirmation. Confirmation is security. Confirmation gives us secure, like a secure mind and secure decision making. The Bible says to acknowledge God in all your ways, and he shall direct thy path. So for us, when we just make decisions on our own, like, well, I'm gonna just do this, it's kind of dangerous, because you're not backed. You're not being backed with the power of God. As he instructed, he says, in all your ways, acknowledge me. Acknowledge him before you make this big decision. Acknowledge him before you go and leave this job you committed to. Acknowledge him before you marry this person. Acknowledge him before you even take that person out. Keep God in the loop of what you, even though he knows what you're doing, he can see all. He knows all. But keep him in the loop, because when you ask him, that gives him permission to move. God doesn't like to mess with free will. So he'll let you do your thing. But when you ask him, then you put him into the equation. So then you can't go wrong. God never fails. Sometimes you may not like his answer, but he won't fail you. Because that's his word. He said, acknowledge me and I will direct your path. All of our big decisions should be led under the power of God, under the wisdom and the knowledge of God. All of our decisions. He said, in all your ways, acknowledge me. Okay, we're going to go to Psalms 139. This is a specific, really good chapter. Really good chapter to the title, I Matter. Sometimes you have to tell yourself that I matter. Psalms 139.
said poems.
You know you still say poems. I matter. Sometimes you have to tell yourself. There's nothing wrong with talking to yourself. The problem comes when you answer yourself. When you have full-blown conversations with yourself, then it's a little weird.
What did they do to the Bible app?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I was having trouble, but I kind of got it figured out now. I just needed to find out how to bookmark myself
I don't know.
and keep multiple pages open.
Which one was it again?
Psalms 139. 139. You're only on 4. You need to go all the way
Chapter
to
139. There's nothing wrong with motivating and talking to yourself. I matter. I am somebody. I am important. If Jesus says you're important, you're important. Just the human body is made up of 20,000 cells, 20 to 25,000 cells. Our bodies are just amazing. Every individual matters. Every individual is amazing in their own form. God created all of us individually, specifically, for a purpose and a task. When you're under Him, He will reveal your task, and you will feel complete and whole, because it's what you're designed to do. When you're doing what you're designed to do, you are the most happiest. A person is at his best when he knows he can be better. Humans are at their best. An individual is at his best or her best when they know they can be better. To have pride and feel that you don't need help at any juncture of your life is a problem. Even Kobe Bryant, one of the best athletes in the world, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, people that are the best at what they do. Musicians, James Brown, hardest working man in show business. All these people were at the top of their game, yet they still worked, still wanted to be, still thrived to be better. The problem comes when you feel like you've reached your limit, your ceiling. You can't tell me nothing. I'm good. The best people at everything in the world, the best people are the ones that strive to be better. You should never get to a point in your life where you're not trying to be better. We should constantly always be trying to better ourselves. More knowledge, more wisdom, more talent, better at your talent, better at your gift. Increase, constant increase. We shouldn't be stagnant, but moving. The most talented people in their position usually feel underqualified. They don't feel like they're good enough. Just like Gideon, Moses, Isaiah, a lot of people in the Bible, they felt inadequate when they're the most qualified. They're the most qualified because God says so. If God says you're qualified, you're qualified. It doesn't matter what men say. It doesn't matter what a person say. Q, do you got it aimed right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what people say. We're not here to please men. We're here to please God. Men will tell you you're not good enough because God does stuff that doesn't make sense to man. God moves in a fashion that doesn't make sense logically to a man's mind. He'll put somebody in a position that has no experience. But God has been doing stuff in his life, his whole life, preparing him for what he has for him, preparing him for his purpose, preparing him in his own way, in his godly knowledge. But men will see that person like, oh, he's not qualified, she's not qualified, she's not good enough. But God says you're good enough because he prepared you. He prepared you in a supernatural way. God wouldn't tell you to go if he didn't prepare the way. Okay, Psalms 139. It says, you have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely. You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Where can I go from the Spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me, even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for the darkness is as light to you. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame is not hidden from you. When I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth, your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days